Yes, I have a lot of Pokemon. Hi, it's Jacqueline or Galactica, and welcome to my video where I turn myself into a Pokemon character. I've been playing Pokemon Sword for a couple of days since it came out, and I've been feeling so inspired by the art style, and I'm so impressed at how far it's come. So I thought I would try manga for the first time. I've never done this art style before. I've drawn Pokemon before, but never like people. I do digital chibis and digital cartoon art, but never in the manga style, so you're gonna watch me do that for the first time today. There's also a giveaway video, so I'll leave a link in the description box below on the rules, which is on my Facebook page. But basically put your favourite starter Pokemon from any of the games, and that includes Eevee from Let's Go as well, so you can choose Eevee. I'll put that in the comments below and I will randomly select a winner. That winner will receive one of the illustrations which you're about to see me do. It is open to Australia only, I'm sorry, but I do want to send it to the person, and it's a lot more expensive to send internationally depending on where you're sending it to. So yeah, sorry for international people. I might do a digital giveaway at some point in the future, so make sure to share this and get my subscriber count up, because the more milestones I hit, the more giveaways I'm going to be able to do. Okay, on a more serious note, I'm Australian and that's obvious, but what might not be obvious, and which is quite a big issue at the moment, is that half my country is on fire, which isn't good. So I'll leave a link in the description box below for the Macquarie Koala Hospital and their GoFundMe. So if you want to donate and help the koalas and the wildlife that have lost their homes and that need special care, head to that link and donate. Anyway, enough of the serious talk. I hope you enjoyed this video. Let me know if you do, and yeah, enter my competition if you'd like as well. So that'd be awesome.
Okay, seriously, it took me so long to put the pencil on the paper here, and it's sped up double as well. My goodness. Anyway, I thought, considering Pokemon Sword and Shield just came out, I would do my 50 subscribers giveaway as a Pokemon theme. You would have heard in the intro how to go about it, but I'll quickly recap. So what I need you to do is post your favourite starter Pokemon in the comments of this video. And after about 2 weeks, I'm going to randomly select a winner, and that winner will get a little illustration like this drawn of them and their favourite starter Pokemon. The only rule is that you have to be a subscriber. So if you win, I will ask for proof that you're a subscriber. And I know this sounds so over the top, but my goal is to get my name out there and reach more people, and the more people I reach, the more milestones I'm going to hit, so I'll be doing more giveaways. So it's a win-win situation. Anyway, onto Pokemon. So my first Pokemon game was actually Leaf Green. Even though I was born in the 90s, it should have been Pokemon Red and Yellow. But I didn't get a Game Boy until I was a bit older, and Leaf Green was my first game. I picked Charmander as my starter Pokemon. Let me know in the comments below which starter Pokemon you picked and which was your first game as well. So I played that game to death. I remember my little brother, he's 6 years younger than me. He used to watch me play, and it was the cutest thing, but also slightly annoying. Until he got his first Game Boy, and he got Leaf Green as well. So we couldn't even trade the Pokemon that Leaf Green didn't have and Fire Red did have. But anyway, that started him off on Pokemon, and since then he has been obsessed. He's the type of person that will now buy both of the releases. So he'll buy both Sword and Shield, both Sun and Moon, both Eevee and Pikachu on the Let's Go version. So yeah, he's a Pokemon nut, and he owes it all to his big sister. I love how these videos just end up as like a life story. I'm trying to be more transparent and trying to do voiceovers that are more like me. I find that sometimes I'm listening back and I think, oh my gosh, he sounds so bored or so boring. So these stories help me kind of be more myself, and they let me just free talk rather than having a script or having prompts or something like that. So I apologize. I'm trying to figure out my groove here on YouTube, and it'll be a bit of trial and error for a while. So thanks for sticking around and putting up with it. All right, back to Pokemon. So my first starter Pokemon on Leaf Green was Charmander. Let me know who yours was, but if it's Bulbasaur, I will judge you. Anyway, Charmander's great and all. I've even got a Charmander tattoo. But the whole Vulpix thing started when I was looking for a username. I can't even remember what it was for. I think it was for Xbox or something like that. And I thought, I really like Pokemon. I should choose a Pokemon name. And for some reason, Vulpix was the one that I chose. I think I was about 14 or 15 at that point. And since then, it's stuck. And my username on Instagram is Vulpix17. I've got an email that's Vulpix17. 17 was just my favorite number, so that's where the 17 came from. And yeah, it's stuck with me ever since. So I wouldn't actually use a Vulpix in a game. I think I used one in Pokemon Let's Go. But yeah, there's so many other better Pokemon. I mean, I don't want to bag Vulpix, but it's not that great. I would choose a different fire Pokemon, and considering my starters are usually the fire Pokemon, even in Sword and Shield, or I got Sword, I chose Scorbunny, so I have no need for a Vulpix. But yeah, it's cute, and it's my username, and I guess, yeah, I would say it's my favourite Pokemon, but not to use. I don't know if that makes any sense, but I think I'm going on cuteness here. In terms of battle Pokemon, I think I would choose Gengar out of everyone. I like the look of Haunter better. I have a Haunter tattoo. I also have a Vulpix tattoo. I have a lot of Pokemon tattoos. Anyway, yeah, I would pick Gengar if I had to choose one Pokemon to battle with. I'm looking forward to getting a Gengar in Sword and Shield. I haven't played that much. I'm not even up to the first gym, but I was having so much fun in the wild area, just catching all these random Pokemon. It was so cool. I think the Pokemon that I'm most upset about them not including is Zubat. His evolution chain is so good, and surprise, surprise, I have a Zubat tattoo as well. Don't judge me, it's my life choices, not yours. But so far the game's pretty good and I'm really enjoying it, even though there's a whole bunch of Pokemon missing. Okay, now that we're nearing the end of this sketching period and moving on to painting, I thought I'd talk a bit about the actual artwork that I'm doing. While I've drawn Pokemon themselves before, I've never actually drawn a person in a Pokemon or manga style, so that was a first for me. It's also the first time that I've painted a humanoid character in watercolour. Usually I do animals or animal cartoons or something like that, so there's a few firsts here. That's what I like about doing YouTube. I get to explore new things and do things that I wouldn't usually do. So after playing Sword for the first time, I felt really inspired by the art style. It's pretty similar to what it was in Pokemon Let's Go, but I love the cuteness and I love the customizable clothing, and as soon as I found out that you could have a green skirt, of course I was going to put a green skirt on myself. And I thought it would be a good idea to do this for my 50 subscribers giveaway. I'm up to like 66 now, so it has been a few weeks since I hit 50. But I did promise that I would do one, and I'd been struggling to try and think of what to do. I'd had some suggestions about doing digital work, but that's really hard to film on YouTube, and I wanted something that I could show you guys how I'm doing it and what I'm doing and the process of how it's going to go. Speaking of which, as I've been talking, you would have seen me draw out my initial sketch and then outline it in Sharpie pen. At this point, I'm up to painting, so I'm using my Senlia paints that you can see on the right and just laying down a flat layer of colour. Watercolour dries pretty quickly, but to speed things along, I use a hairdryer to dry each layer before I put the shading through. I go back and forth between the dry layers and the wet layers, so I don't paint next to anything that's still a bit damp, and that also cuts out the time that I have to use the hairdryer as well. For the shading, I haven't really used this technique very often. I think I've only used it for one other piece. What I'm doing is using a wet on dry technique, and I'm leaving harsh lines rather than blending it out. I usually do this in my digital pieces, but when it comes to watercolour, I usually do pet portraits, so I blend things out to make things look smoother and to make fur look more realistic. I feel like this shading technique gives it a more cartoony look, which is what I was going for here, and I really like it because it's so simple. And of course, close to the end of the video, you'll see that I add my signature galaxy background. I'll stop rambling on now and let you enjoy the rest of the video, but I'm pretty pleased with how it turned out, so once you hit the end, let me know what you think. Make sure to hit that like and subscribe button, and if you're interested in joining the competition, leave a comment about your favourite starter Pokemon as well.